Hi friends, so I want to make a bit of a different video today. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me pretty well because I'm doing a voiceover because this is a recording of my computer screen and I don't have a mic connected to my computer. But anyways, this is about digital charts. I've been asked quite a bit about using digital charts, where I get them, how I create them. That was the last question I got. So that gave me an idea that maybe I can make a little tutorial for you of how I used to do it. Now remember, this is just how I used to do it. I don't do it anymore. Well, recently I just don't have a reason to do it, but just in case you're interested in how to make your like heaven and earth design into a digital chart. Too bad that they don't sell them already ready, but that's something that really helps stitching larger projects, because when you have a big amount of colors of threads, a lot of different symbols, usually you tend to skip a symbol and just have to go back to it, or make a mistake, or just stitch something wrong. But when you use a digital chart, it's much easier for you to follow your design, to outline a symbol and just stitch it, or choose like cross country, I don't know, just whatever type of stitching you want to do. I'm not going to teach you about Pattern Maker. To be honest, I don't even truly remember myself all the functions that it has, because it's been a while since I used it. I've been using Cross Stitch Saga for my charts, and I've been using Crossty, which is a little older, but still. Pattern Keeper is something you can install on your computer if you are using your computer. I think most of us are using our phones, or are using some kind of a tablet, which is much more comfortable than a computer screen. So anyways, Pattern Maker is for your computer. So I'm going to show you how I created my charts from Heaven and Earth Design patterns from PDFs, because well, basically today I do use digital charts, but already ready. I purchased them. I have a lot of chimeras. I have charts from designers which also sell digital charts, so that's much easier than just sitting and creating your own, because to be honest, it's really taking a long time to create your own pattern. Well, not your own pattern. You can create your own pattern using just a photo and making them into, charting them into colors of threads, but remaking a chart like Hayed, which is a very large chart and has a lot of symbols, it takes a long time and a lot of patience. But if you really want to make it right for you, that's a great choice. That's something that I used to do. I used to spend a lot of time creating my charts, or making my charts from PDFs. So let me show you just what I do. Like, let's start from the beginning. This is the program. If you follow my mouse, this is it, Pattern Maker down here. This is the program I use for editing. But let's open this Pattern Maker. There you go. Now this is not a difficult program. You have all the choices up here. You can see what everything does. I mean, it's really easy. Now this is the color line. This is where your threads are going to be, like colors of threads, and this is just a regular color line that comes when you open the program. Now you can just get rid of it because you don't really need it for your palette that you're going to create now. So let's just delete it. You can delete one color like this. You can delete unused colors, which are, all of them are unused, so I don't really ever use this or used to use this, but you can delete all of them. So there you go, delete, and now your palette is clean. Now what we want to do is create a palette out of the key that comes with our chart. Now let's just use a chart that I have. These are all my charts that I have. A lot of them are have inner designs. I have a couple of designer charts which are already you know, I have them over here in this place for my PM charts, my pattern maker charts. But this chart, Secret Garden, is one that I was thinking of starting stitching, but then I changed my mind for something else, and this is it. A beautiful design, really large one. There you go. How can I enlarge it? Like this. So this is it. I didn't stitch it eventually, and I'm not going to for now, but this is what I am talking about. Now this chart, this little, you know, design already has its own palette. I already made it, but I want to show you how I am creating a palette already, like from scratch. Now let's open our key. This is the key that comes with this chart. This is it. So you all know how a key looks like. There's a symbol, you know, how many strands, type of thread, DMC, of course, that's have another design, and the number of thread, of course, the name of it. So let's just choose one. Like the first one is 150. That's the number of the thread. Now we have this little spot where the color is supposed to go. Now you can press on any clear one or any color, and you can press it twice and it opens into our, you know, palette options. Now over here you have type, and you can choose the type of thread that you want to use. There's a lot of different threads. I don't know which one you are using. We're using currently DMC. You have Cairn collection, you have Gamma, you have whatever you want. I think even Kranic is here, or not, I don't remember, but we are using DMC palette. And now what we need to do is add a color to our palette that we are going to use for our design. Now you have this finder which you can just write the color in. That's the easiest. You can create a new color. I don't know why you would do that, but you can, and you can choose it out of here, but it will take you ages to look for them. So what we're going to do, we need color number 150. We just write down 150, press enter, and it finds us the color. There you go, it added the color. This is the color. It's called Dusty Rose DMC, and that's something that we have here, Dusty Rose DMC color. Now we need to give it a symbol. Now if you press on this tab, you have symbols over here, and it opens available symbols that you can use for your you know, color. Now it already comes with one symbol that's already built in, but you can choose any other symbol that you want. Let's make it a little bigger so you can see. Now the symbol is this little where one half of it is white and black, the other. So we are looking for that. Let's find it. Hopefully it won't take us too long, but it has every single symbol that you are using in your usual charts. There it is. We found it. We press twice, and that's the symbol of your color. Now let's do another one real quick. The next color is 155. We'll find a number 155. Press yes. There's the color. It has every color available in DMC. Now the symbol is this. The symbol is this little arrow down, and we are going to find it. Arrow down. Let's see where it is. There it is. So twice on the arrow, and now we have two of our colors. Now what we have, we can just close it. We can use both of these colors to color our chart. There you go. Now every single color. you are building over here, and well, it takes a little while, not too long, but it takes a little while to build a whole palette out of this. Now after you finish it, you can choose this tab up there. You have a palette, and you can save your palette. Save palette as, you just save it, like let's just save it to our desktop, just call it no, that's Russian, just call it whatever. Let's just call it whatever because I'm not going to use it. So we're going to save that, and that's something you're going to open when you are creating your own, not your own, but a palette for your design. Now let's close this. We already have a palette ready for this design. It's something that I built before, just the same way you just showed you. Now let's open one page from this. Now I broke my PDF into single pages, JPEGs. That's something that you need to do because you need the grid to fall on one another. So I will open import image. You have it on up there on your file. You have new, open, import image, and it says import into new pattern. Now you open this. Now you can use an image clipboard, but I am using image from my computer. So I open, browse, I go for my chart, there it is, my secret garden, and let's just choose one. I don't know which one, let's just choose whatever, like this one, just a random one. I don't want to, use too much of chart on my video. Now we'll press next. Now it will ask us if we want to convert this chart into, or do we want to build our own. Now convert image into full cross stitches, or include image as an underlay for tracing. Now we want this to be an underlay because we don't want to create this into a pattern. I mean, this is not our image. We need to build a pattern from this. So we will include image as an underlay. We will press this. We will do next. Here you can like choose your brightness and stuff, but we don't really need that. Now this is really important. You need to close up your chart like this. Now you have a grid. You need your grid to show 10 squares. That's something that you need, and you need to press this. Now you need to mark these little X's that you see here on your chart, so you can count 10 by 10, and just I'm going to show you in a second. Now I'm going to press this. Sorry, I just need to relocate my phone like this. Now I'm going to press this little square and do this. Now can you see the X that is on the screen? I need to put number 1 in here, the beginning of my how do you call it, chart. Now let's put it. Now you need to make sure that it will be really straight. For it, I'm hoping that I will be able to do that. Now I will count 10 little squares. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, so it will be over here. Now I'll put it over here to that, you see, and there's another one that I need to put in, which will go over here like that. I don't know, hopefully it was straight enough, but you really need to work on that. You can just use like go a little bit deeper like this. Like let's do it in a different way. You can just put it over here. So let's undo alignment and do it like here. 1 2 and 3. Most important thing is you need it to be 10 by 10. Now you need to press align grid, and that will align your grid on top of your design. Now this is not really straight, But again, you need to work on that. I don't have a lot of time for this video, but I am going to show you like this. So work on that. Try it again and again. Sometimes it won't work really straight. Like, let's do it again like this. 1, 2, and 3. Number 3 will go over here like that. Oh, come on, like that. Let's try it again. Probably will be even worse. No, it's not. It's even better. So there, it's better. Now that we have our grid aligned on top of our pattern, we'll go next. Now here you can choose a different type of fabric, like it's 14 count, different size. I don't touch that because that's something that's not really important, because I'm not building my own chart. I'm just building it on top of an existing one. So I'll go next, import, and now we'll have our chart over here. Now let's close this and we can check what we have received. Like, you have percentage over here, like make it a little closer, and then you go. You have your, let's make it even more close. Now you have your grid on top of the original chart. Can you see? There you go. It's lined on top. Now you can make it straighter if you want to change something. Like, let's make it like 100%. If you press, it won't work right now, of course, but if you, you need to choose it, like Control A, I remembered it just now, Control A, and if you press the white one, you will get the chance to choose and, you know, remove your underlay. Now we don't want to do it right now, but let's just start with our building a chart. I don't want to get into a lot of details because I just wanted to show you how I created my charts. Now we have our symbols over here. I'm not using the gray area because let's just say that we already built those pages, but we are building these ones. Now I need to open my palette. I go for palettes, I go for open palette, and I go for the, there you go. It will show you the palette that you already created. Now we open this palette and there you go. This is the whole entire palette for this design. Oh, there you go. Now if you press here and you want to see the symbols on top of the colors, you can go for symbols, symbol format, and you can choose allow color behind symbols. That will make your symbols on top of the color, so you will know what you're choosing, because that's really important if you want to color your chart. Now it is like paint by numbers. You just close this. Come on, no, did I press something wrong? No, I didn't. Symbols, there you go. Okay, so we are going to choose, like, why is it not choosing my color, my symbol, I mean? Will it not work for me right now? It's supposed to. Okay. No. Okay, let's just say that it did. Okay, so this is basically, I think something is going wrong here in my video. For some reason, they just keep disappearing. I don't know why. It usually works. Maybe we need to restart the program. I don't know. Anyways, this is supposed to work. Usually that's how it looked like when I used to, you know, use it. But again, you can try to use it yourself. I'm going to just open it like this. Now we need to find this symbol, the number 8 in the circle. I'm going to find it. There it is over here. Just press on it, and what we are going to do is color it in, just like a coloring book. We just color the X's like this. Again, it will take you a very long time to do because there are a lot of symbols and a lot of colors. it is a heaven and earth design, so well, it will take a while. Now I like to make it into a little square so it won't like bother your eyes too much, but basically this is all I am going to be doing. Once my palette is ready and my under chart is already here, all I need to do is color it in and then save it. Once I finish this whole page, now save it once in a while, of course, because if something happens and it crashes, which it did happen to me a couple of times, that's really sad because you have to start over. So I will choose when I finish, like let's just fill in the flower. Where's the flower? Let's find the flower. There it is. There you go. You just color it in. It's just like, again, like a coloring book. You just color the chart. And when you get further from it, you will be able to see the full design. Now, your design is now being created as a digital design. Now, when you will be using your pattern maker or any other program that you want to use this design for, basically your pattern will be digital and you'll be able to choose your symbols. Now what we will do next is well, let's just get a little further. We will choose everything with Control A, Control C with copy, and I will open a new chart. Like let's open, it depends on the size of your full design. Let's say that my full design is like with like 200 and height is 100. Like I don't know, you choose how many you want. This is in centimeters or inches, or you can choose how many stitches you want to use. So we will use like 20 over 10 stitches, just something small, but usually heaven and earth designs are much bigger. Now we will choose it and we can just copy. Now, oh, by the way, erase the original colors from the palette like that. Now you can open a palette that you have already been using. You can add it here, or you can just save it by pages, just whatever you feel comfortable for. I usually kept it as like single pages, plus I kept a full chart which I put aside. Now let's just say that this is a full chart. We'll open our palette which already was built before, and we will just insert this into it. So this is what we built. This is what we built. I mean, this is a mess, but let's just say that this is a chart. Okay, now you can see it as a symbol if you press over here on the symbols on top, or you can see it as a color, like a full color square, or you can just see it as axes. I usually used symbols because that's just was more comfortable for me. So that's, oh, there it is. Now it works. Can you see symbols? I guess something glitched over there. So that's about it. That's how I used to create my digital charts from Heaven and Earth Design. Now that's something that I already have on my computer. If you have a chart that comes in a kit and you want to make it into a digital one, all you need to do is scan it or find it online or something if it's more comfortable for you, and just use it the same way. The most important thing is for it to be straight, for it not to be crooked, because then you won't be able to cover the symbols with the digital symbols. Now you also can add backstitch, like straight stitches, backstitch. So all you have to do is choose like a color. Let's just use this color, and you just draw it in like this. Like let's say that this is a backstitch. There you go. You just draw it in. You can use it whatever direction. You can use by squares. You can use it just like in the middle square, however you want. There you go. You just have backstitch on top of your design. And if my designs would have had backstitch, that's how I would have built them. You could just see them. Just turn off the symbols, and just use this as backstitch on top. That's really easy. It will take you a long time to build, but it is really fun and really, like useful in your stitching. Now that's about it. I don't want to make it too long. Hopefully it was more or less informative. That's how I used to do my patterns from an original PDF. Again, it took me a really long time to do, but it's something that really helped me stitch. And if you want to try to do it. Like, try to do it on a smaller chart. Just don't forget that it has to be, you have to have a lot of patience for it to work. Now, if you have questions, you are welcome to ask questions. I will be answering all of them. And hopefully, again, it was informative enough for you. That's how I made my digital charts before I bought them from a seller. That's it. So hopefully you liked. Hopefully you will ask questions if you have. And I love you all. Give me thumbs up, subscribe, donate if you wish to help my channel grow. And I will see you in my next video.